Paralyzed, crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I am your host, Matt Clark, and today it is Monday the 28th or something like that. I'm not really keeping track of what day it is because I don't really care. I know it's Monday. The Thunder took care of business last night in a great game. For those of you who were able to attend, I don't know why the hell this thing does this. It drives me crazy. Trying to change my privacy, guys, you know. It seems like I'm doing this quicker before than it used to be. I could get it done by the time, you know, when my segment comes all the way through to get on the YouTube and get everything done. But it's taking a little bit longer these days to kind of go through my process. I think maybe my internet is slow or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's kind of a pain. But anyway, we had a good day of sports yesterday. Of course, the Thunder won last night to improve at 3-0. And then, of course, we have the stats that we're going to compare last year to this year where we are, because I said that we would do that last Friday or whenever I did the show, and I told everybody on our After the Storm, the Oklahoma City Thunder postgame show, that we would start today, put together the power rankings, number one, NBA power rankings. Number two, we were going to do the stats, the Thunder stats for the players and for the team, and then kind of compare what we were last year to compare to where we are this year and what's going on, because we had the inflection, of course, of Caruso. Then everybody's gotten better. J-Dub's got better. Chet's gotten better. Casey's gotten better. And so I was going to give us a good preview of where we are as far as that's concerned. So, but anyway, for you guys last night that you don't know, I don't know what on the rock you were under if you don't know, but the Thunder took care of business last night, beating the Hawks, improving to 3-0, 128-104. Now, when you look at it, you look like the Thunder smashed them, but the game was actually closer than what the score indicates. The game was closer. I mean, yeah, we won by 24, but that didn't really happen until it was closer than what you think. The Hawks 10 for 31 from three, but they shot 39.6% from the field. The Thunder 16 of 40, which is a lot better, shooting 49.4% last night. Thunder were out-rebounded by 4, and the Hawks 17 offensive rebounds last night. And remember, we were 29th in the league last year, and of course we're going to go back, and so you can kind of see what we're doing on that. But anyway, that was a brutal thing to watch last night. You know, we were up in the stands going, please rebound the damn basketball. It sounded just like we were last year. Rebound the damn basketball. It was driving us crazy last night, driving us crazy today. I mean, last night, you know, all of last year. Pips, points in the paint. The Thunder were down 52-50, and that's simply because they were just too big for us. We had one big guy, and Jang is not a big guy. He's a 4. He's not. He can't. He just, no. At the end, of course, turnovers. The Thunder forced 20 turnovers again for the second game in a row, 20-plus turnovers. So I liked what I saw there. And, of course, we're still back up in the top when it comes to that. And then bench scoring, the Thunder were outscored 47-23, which, you know, whatever. And then game stats. Here are the game stats. Chet, 33 minutes, 25 points, 8 for 12, 3 for 5. And remember, he got off the sky star. Now he's like 3 for 14 or 3 for 15 or something like that from three-point line. He finally knocked down a 3, and everybody almost wanted to give him a standing ovation last night because he actually made some threes. 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 6 blocks. He's just a monster. He's really come into his own and really pleased of what his growth is. J-Dub, 33 minutes, 20 points, 8 for 17, 0 for 3 from 3, 4 for 8 from the free throw line. He's going to have to improve that. 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. And so it was just kind of funny watching it, because these are like we talked about last night on After the Storm. We talked, Nathan Taylor and I, we talked about it, that, these are the numbers that J-Dub has to have. This is what he has to do. We have to have 3 guys scored in their 20s, and we talked about that, where they all needed to be. And Chet, this is probably the lineup or the average that SGA won, Chet 2. So I like that. SGA, 36 minutes, 35 points, 11 for 24, 3 for 8. Now, the reason why his shooting average is down is because he's taking more threes. He's leading the team in threes, 7 points. He's shooting averaging 7 threes a game. And he's trying to, I think, do that for several reasons. One, he knows that he needs to be able to shoot more threes to get people to, shoot more threes, get people to guard him out. 2, he doesn't get beat up going to the basket as much because they're not calling as many fouls as they were, even though he was 10 for 11 last night from the free throw line. 11 rebounds, 9 assists. And he should have had a triple-double, but guys were just missing shots. And then he got pulled out, and you could tell he was pissed off. We were laughing about that last night. He was pissed off. There was some memes and stuff going around, with him when the coach pulls him out. When he's looking at him like, dude, I'm 1 assist from a triple-double. Let me get my triple-double. And we were saying on the show last night, had that been J-Dub, we promised J-Dub would not have came out of the game knowing, the coach knowing he had a triple-double. He would have made sure he had his triple-double. But like I said, they feel one way about one player, they feel another way about the other. And I just believe the Thunder are going to make the same mistake they made with Russell Westbrook. Even though you people love him, I just, once again, not knowledgeable about basketball. It's just crazy. And I've said this before. If the Oklahoma City people knew as much about basketball as they do about football, what the Thunder get away with and what they do in their actions and stuff they do, people would not, you guys wouldn't allow it. You just wouldn't. There's no way. You wouldn't allow it. Aaron Wiggins, 18 minutes, started last night. I think the Thunder are still undefeated when Aaron Wiggins starts. We love him in the starting lineup. 3 for 4, 1 for 2 from 3, 9 points, which was pretty good. I don't have any issues with that. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. Nice stat line. -5. I don't know how they do the plus minuses. That doesn't make sense to me. Lou Dort, when I look at somebody, I can say, oh, he played really good tonight. But you look at a -5, he didn't play good. I thought he played good last night. Lou Dort, 29 minutes, 5 for 7, 4 for 7, 4 for 6 from 3, 16 points. Those are the stat lines I want from Lou. I don't want him shooting, and I've talked about this many times. I don't want him shooting more than 7, 8 points 8 times a game. That's all I want. Don't try to go to the basket. Don't try to be a offensive threat. Don't try to score all the points. Just knock down your threes. If you just knock down that, you're going to get your 7 shots. You go 4 for 6, you got 16, 15 points. 2 for 2 from the line. Good stat line. Then, of course, when you go down, you've got Jang, 8 minutes. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they're still playing him. He is basically number 2. You just cut your losses. You gave up 3 first-round picks. It's a loss. Let's just move on. Alex Caruso, he's just an absolute monster. He just is. 21 minutes, 2 points, 1 for 3, 0 for 2 from 3. I like the fact that he was shooting the basketball last night. And John Warren and I, we were talking about that last night. Dude, shoot the basketball. At least he shot a couple in rhythm. He's still trying to figure out where he is. He knows defensively that's his job. And he got his hands on balls. He blocked shots. I mean, he's just a menace. He really is. You say he got 2 blocks last night and 3 steals. He's just a menace. He really, really is. Isaiah Joe, 16 minutes, 6 points, 2 for 7, 2 for 5. His struggles are continuing. He's just, I think teams are running him off his spot, and they're trying to turn him into a scorer, and he's a shooter. And I've said this many, many times. There's a difference between being a scorer and being a shooter. A shooter is somebody who catches the ball and just shoots. A scorer is somebody who can put the ball on the ground. They can beat you off the bounce, which is the dribble, or they can pull up and shoot threes, whatever. That's a scorer. SGA is a scorer. That's what he is. And Chet, my deal with him is all his dribbling, trying to dribble all that stuff in the lane and trying to dribble. He dribbles too high. His ball handling is out of control. He's just not Wemby. He's not a unicorn, and I've said this 1,000 times. And I love Chet, but he's not a unicorn. He's really good at what he does, and I like what he's doing. But at the same time, bro, pass the ball. Then of course, Kaysen, beast last night. Third quarter made all the difference. He and Caruso made 2 great plays, and Kaysen at the end of the third quarter made a couple great plays. Defensively, he had 3 steals, 5 points, 2 for 6, 1 for 4. But his 4 steals and when he got them and what he was doing defensively, that's what made the difference in the Thunder last night. I mean, Kaysen is just, he and what he did at the end of the third quarter and what Caruso did in the fourth quarter, started fourth quarter, made all the difference in the Thunder run. So you got to love what they were doing last night. And then, of course, A.J. Mitchell getting minutes, which I don't really understand the whole him. I don't really get that. I don't understand it. But I will say this. The fourth quarter, what we're doing now, fourth quarter, we're going to go over that. And that SGA is now starting the second and fourth quarters because we were struggling. So he's pretty much changed up his lineups, taking SGA out, which I think, for the last 2-3 years, whatever, SGA has played the whole first quarter, whole third quarter. And J-Dub has started the last 2 years, it started the second and fourth quarters. So now they're doing the exact opposite. They're leaving J-Dub in there and pulling SGA out and then putting SGA back in the last 2 minutes. But once again, he's still not having SGA shoot. Like one time, they had the ball in Kaysen's hands. And I had an old guy sitting next to me. And he's looking at me and he's like, why isn't the ball in SGA's hands? It's like, I don't know. Why don't you ask the coach? He wants the ball in everybody else's hand but him. And he goes, well, that's just dumb. I don't know what to tell you. He's the coach of the year. Everybody around here Oklahoma says he's the coach of the year. And he goes, well, I've been playing basketball since I was whatever, and that's crazy. I go, I agree. I agree. But most fans in Oklahoma City don't understand the difference. They don't understand. The coaching staff doesn't understand. You got a guy who shot 61% in crucial shots last year. 61% led the NBA by far. And you put the ball in J-Dub's hands or somebody else's hands. It makes no sense. And then Caruso last night, and I was talking about this to John last night. I was like, Caruso's got to learn. Don't try to double team. SGA doesn't need help. When you try to double team and you shoot the guy at him, what ends up happening is they're going to double team SGA and he's going to kick the ball out of his hands. So don't come and try to set a screen. He doesn't need that. But he's used to Lonzo Ball and different people like that, LeBron, where they've got to come up and set the screen and then do it. That's not what SGA is. Leave him alone. He one-on-one. Nobody's going to stop him. He can do what he wants to do. So that's something they have to work out. But that being said, Dagnon, I don't understand him. I just don't understand him. I'm like, dude, put the ball in SGA's hands every single time he's on the court. At the end of the game, he's going to go one-on-one, no doubt. You hate him dribbling? No doubt. Sam Presti hates the dribbling? No doubt. But what he does is he converts. Either he scores or we get a wide open shot or an easy layup. That's what happens. But I understand that you're looking towards the future to be without SGA. I understand that, which is why you didn't start him the first game of the year. He's the MVP and didn't play. And because you're trying to show Oklahoma City, this is what our future looks like. No Dort, no SGA. That's why Dort wore the shirt he wore. And all you nonsense about conspiracy, shut the hell up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Excuse my language, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There's a reason. Pay attention to what he's doing. I don't pay attention to what people say. I pay attention to how they act. Actions tell you everything you know about someone. Everything you know about someone, actions will tell you. Not words, actions. So pay attention. Now, second thing. I loved what I saw from our team last night. Our defense is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It really, really, really is ridiculous how good we are on the defensive side of basketball. I just love what we're doing as a team. And here are our stats. I told you I was going to put up stats. Okay. This is this year's stats through 3 games. And this is last year's stats on the right-hand side for those of you who are on YouTube or if you're just listening, then you can't watch. But those of you who get a chance to watch, this is what we're doing. Points, we are 11th at 114.7. Last year we were first at 120.1. Or we were third last year. And opponents, we're 95.3. We're number one. Last year we were 113. You know how many points that is? That's 18 points. It's an 18-point difference in defense simply because you now have Caruso. And when you've got Caruso and Dort and Kaysen and SGA on the floor, and then when you put Hartenstein or you got Chet in there with them, it's a nasty. Or you want to put Wiggins in there. That's fine too. If you want to go SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and Chet. Or you're going to go Wiggins and Ihart. All of those make it's just crazy how good the Thunder really are when you look at that. Okay, field goal percentage. We're 17th, 44.4, which is a huge drop, 5 points. We were third last year. Opponents, 36.7. That's where we're number one in field goal percentage. Last year we were third, so that's a jump up. 3-point percentage, we're 28th this year. Thus far, 27.6. We're playing terrible. 3-point percentage, last year we were number one, 38.9. That's 11 points. That's a huge drop. Huge drop. Opponents-wise, this year we're second. Last year we were 13th. So the reason why we're 3-0, you can see defensively the numbers are crazy compared to where we were. Last year, opponents giving up points, 14th. This year, first. Field goal percentage last year, we were third. Now we're first. 3-point percentage given up, we were second. We were 13th last year. Free throw percentage, 8th compared to 19th. So guys they're shooting better free throws against us, which has nothing to do. Assists, we're averaging 12 assists a game, and we were 12th last year. Pips, points in the paint, we are second, and then last year we were 7th. So there you go. There's more scoring in points in the paint, which is crazy. But opponents, we were 10th this year thus far, and last year we were 7th. So we're getting better there. Steals, we were second last year in stealing the ball, still second. Blocks, first in blocks this year, first. Excuse me, steals, we were second last year. We're still second. We were averaging 8.4 last year, 8.4 this year. Crazy. Numbers are basically the same. Blocks, 10. This year, 6.6. That's way up. Turnovers, we're turning the opposing teams over. We're number one. So here's the difference in the second quarter. I was talking about SGA starting the second and fourth quarters now. Second, this year we were 11th. Last year we were 11th. But our opponents were 7th last year, 9th this year. Now, here's the difference. This is the difference between 3-0. In the fourth quarters, and remember, in fourth quarter, you had who you started, Kaysen, Caruso, Chet. Now, Mitchell, he's got to go away. Yeah, I don't understand why he started him. I know that I do. Dagnall is a great recruiter as far as not recruiter, but getting kids better. So that's why he's starting. But we're only giving up 22.3 points per game in the fourth quarter. We were 28.7. That's 6 points. Okay, we're giving up 6 less points a game, but we're only scoring 2 less points a game. So we went from being third to second, and that's simply because the way he's changed it. So we're giving up scoring to play better defense. That's what the issue is, and that's how that's working out. Now, shooting percentage, this is where we are. Okay? Oh, I don't have much. Why do I not have that on here? I should have the Thunder shooting percentage here. I did it earlier. Where's my shooting percentage? Sorry about that. I thought I already did this. Okay, here we go. This is the Thunder shooting percentage. I just didn't post it up here. Sorry, guys. Here's the Thunder shooting percentage. SGA is averaging 28.7 through 3 games. Okay, this is just through 3 games. 44.9% from the field. 30 points, 30% 3-point shooting average. And I need to put up last year to this year, so that probably would help. 89.5% from the free throw line. Chet is now second lead scorer. 23.7, 56 from the field, 20%. 20% from 3. 66% from the line. That's just got to improve. J-Dub, 18.7, 41% from the field, 20% from 3. He's got to improve that. But once again, he's trying to do a little bit more and be more creative and trying to do more with his game. So that's kind of hurting him. He's not necessarily doing more step backs and, threes instead of just catching and shooting, which he's very good at. 58.3% from the free throw line. He's got to improve that. Wiggins, I'm giving him an A thus far this year. He's just been incredible. 10.7 points a game, 70% from the field, 33% from three, which doesn't. It seems like he's shooting better than that, but he's not. Lou Dort, 9.3, 47% from the field, 45 from three. Love Lou's numbers. Love that. Isaiah Joe, 33%, 6 points. And like I said, he was shooting over 50-some% at the beginning of last year. And then once teams figured out and started running him off his spot and making him do other things, his numbers have gone down since. Kaysen, 6 points a game, 33% from the field, 11. Yeah, you saw that. 11% from three. 11%. Got to improve that. Free throw percentage, 100%. Jang, 5.7, 40%, 30%, 66% from free throws, 30% from three. He's playing okay, but I'd just be glad when iHeart comes back so we can kick him out. Caruso, 1.7, 20% from the field, 16% from three. He's a better shooter than that overall in his career, so we'll get him up once he gets more comfortable with playing with us and knowing what his role. Because right now, he's just strictly saying, I'm going to be a defensive guy. I'm going to shut opponents down. I'm going to get my hands on ball. I'm going to get us easy baskets. I'm going to get us in transition mode. That's what he's focusing on, not his offensive game. A.J. Mitchell, 1.3 points a game, 22% from the field. Hadn't shot any threes yet, and he's a shooter. So that's something that we're going to have to change from him and get something out of him. That's what's going to have to happen when you look at him. So the next 10 games, you can see it's 3-0 thus far in our first 10. We have the Spurs Wednesday night, 8:30. That game will be on ESPN. So excited about that. I won't be able to. I'll be at the game, so I won't be able to watch it and see what happens. But ESPN, of course, it's going to be a great game with Spurs. Of course, Chet and Wemby don't like each other, and that's the beautiful thing about this, as our teams don't like each other either. We don't like Spurs. Spurs don't like the Thunder. Since we came in the league, we've been nemesis towards each other. So it's going to be a great game to watch to see what's going to happen, because those two are just going to go at it. And I know that in 28, Chet should be on the Olympic team. My guess is he'll be on the 28 Olympic team. We know Wemby will be on the team for France, who we beat in the finals of the Olympics this past year. They gave us all we needed if it wasn't for Steph doing Steph things at the end of the fourth quarter to win the gold medal. I don't know if we would have got it done, but we did. So that's going to be, as our guy Nathan Taylor says, that's going to be a rivalry for years and years and years. Blazers, November 1st, of course, in the second, we play the Blazers and the Clippers on back-to-back. The Blazers are doing really good right now. The Clippers, they're in my hierarchy, so we'll have to go back and look at that. Both of those games will be on Bali, which I will be watching on Bali, but I will not be listening to Bali. I can't listen to those guys. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. Then, of course, we come back against the Magic, then the Nuggets in Denver, which, of course, they're a little payback for them. They'd want on us. The Rockets at home. And I got to text Lil G about that because, he's running his mouth and talking trash. So he's a huge Rockets fan. I need to change that. So we're going to go to Thunder Rockets game there in Houston. I've got to get him on that. And then, of course, the Warriors on the 10th. Bali. Then, of course, I think we play the Clippers the next night on a back-to-back night, which is crazy. We're going to do that. So the question is, what we talked about this last night on After the Storm? What are the odds on Oklahoma City going 10-0? And I said, that I think that 7-3 at worst, 8-2. So I think that of our next 7 games, I think we'll go 5-2. I don't think we're going to win all 7 games. I think there's going to be some game in between where we're going to get beat. And I think 7-2 or 5-2 over the next 7 games should be our worst. We probably should go 6-1, if not 7-0. But I think we're gonna, it's gonna be hard to beat Denver, and then you're gonna have, it's gonna be hard for you to beat one of these other games. It's gonna be tough. You're gonna lose one. The Magic are tough. The Clippers are tough at home. The Blazers are no joke right now. The Nuggets, they want revenge. The Rockets are always hard for us to beat, even though we beat them. And then the Warriors are playing really well. So there you go. That's our style. But now without Steph being probably going to miss that game on my sister's birthday, by the way, November 10th, so I got to wish my sister happy birthday. That's going to be interesting what's going to happen with that. So we'll see how that's going to play out. But that's our schedule. That's what's coming up for the Thunder. So I'm excited about what we're doing. And like I said, we predicted, myself and Nathan and I, we predicted that the Thunder would probably go 7-3 at worst out of our first 10. 8-2 is great. 9-1 would be spectacular. Okay, out of those first 10 games, before when it first came out, before the season we even hit, we figured we'd be 2-1 right now, not 3-0. So we gained one from Denver, and I think Nathan had said that he thought we'd split with them anyway. So he was right about that. So we got that first W. But like I said, that first game, I thought that the Denver was going to come out and just want to get us because we were 3-1 against them last year. Remember, they spanked us the first game. Then they came out and we beat them there in Denver the first game. And then it was playing every other night. We came back and played them again, and SGA hit the game-winning shot with 1 second or whatever it was to win the game. And then we came back, and Jokic did not play in Game 4. And we won that, so we won 3 straight. I think we beat them. We beat them 3 straight last year, plus one, so it's 4 straight. I think we beat them 5 out of 6 or something 5 out of the last 6 or something like that. So I think Denver's going to come at us with that. But what we did is we hit them in the mouth and said, hey, we ain't scared of you. We're not scared of you. We're going to come at you. And that's what I love about our team. I love about what we're doing. And I think we're winning in spite of now because of the coach. And that's what I've said because he is fantastic. And I'm going to say this again. And I'm not trying to be negative Nancy on the Thunder. I'm telling you the facts. This is his strengths. These are his weaknesses. Okay? These are his strengths, these weaknesses. His strengths are building talent because clearly he's made Jada better, Chet better. SGA, he's helped a little bit, but SGA was just SGA. Remember, the Clippers management did not want to get rid of SGA. But the Thunder wanted SGA plus the picks. So Sam Presti fleeced them. And remember, if the Clippers are in the bottom part, which thus far they're not, they're ranked one of the best teams right now without Kawhi. They're rolling. I think they're 2-1 right now. So, but anyway, we'll go into that here in a little bit. So, anyway, the Thunder have a chance to really grow from that. But they didn't want SGA. I mean, they wanted SGA. Kawhi wanted Paul George, and Sam Presti said, "Okay, if you want our best player, we want your best future guy that you got on the team, and that's SGA." Because SGA was not on the board, and Sam said, "Yeah, we want him," but now he wants J-Dub because we didn't draft him. He's not a draft pick. He is a guy that we got in a trade. He's not one of Sam Presti's picks. So there you go. Anyways, that being said, his weakness, his strengths are that getting players better, and his player and out of bounds plays. He's fantastic at those. Now we've got Caruso to take Josh's place. We have somebody who's smart enough to throw the ball in to make plays. SGA could probably do it, but do you want SGA throwing the ball in? No, you don't. And then after that, you got to think his weaknesses are simply lineups and flow of the game. He doesn't get it. He just doesn't. He doesn't understand flow of the game. He just doesn't. I've been watching him for 4 years, 3 or 4 years. He doesn't understand flow of the game, and he doesn't understand correct lineup. He just doesn't. You can get mad. Just go back. Like I tell people, don't be mad at me. Just listen to what I'm saying. Watch what I'm saying if it doesn't happen. Then come on YouTube and send me a comment or whatever. But you're not going to be able to because what I'm telling you are facts. I'm not making up stuff. I'm telling you exactly what I'm seeing, and I'm telling you exactly what's happening. So all I'm asking you to do is don't be mad at me. Just listen to what I'm saying, and then you pay attention and see if what I'm saying is correct. That's it. Those are his 2 biggest weaknesses, lineups and flow of the game. Those are 2 biggest weaknesses. And his strengths are building players up, which is great. But the problem is, just like The Athletic said when they wrote an article year before last year, can Dagnall coach a superstar? He cannot do that. That's not his style. He's a teacher. But he's not a guy who can say, it's almost like Shanahan from the coach of the 49ers. Here's my system. This is what I'm doing. Or if Andy Reid goes, okay, I've got a once-in-a-lifetime quarterback. Let's build around him. I'm going to have to change what I do to fit what he does. That's not what the Thunder are doing. The Thunder want a specific thing. That's not SGA. He's going to dribble the basketball either to score or to set somebody up to make an easy shot. That's what he does. That's why he shot 61% for the end of last year to win it. So that being said, let's go ahead and take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit my guy Mark Long up. He loves to be behind the scenes. He will take very good care of you. His whole staff will. If you're building a new complex or if you have a water treatment plant, hey, in your city or county, he can do that. Also, if you have a dam in your neighborhood, hey, check it out, because I know that some people had a dam in the neighborhood. They went out and checked it, like, well, it's a good break. It's a little weak. They're like, well, we don't know. Well, if you don't fix it, you can flood your neighborhood. Oh, okay, maybe we need to spend the money and find it to fix it. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computers or software to make your office run smoother, or website design, hit those guys up. They love to take care of you there, and they also have designed our website. And by the way, if you want to go ahead and get a Matt Clark Basketball Academy t-shirt that people have been asking me about, goodies, hey, go ahead and go to the website, www.mcsportsnetwork.com, and you can pull it up. And I need to make a deal that just says for that, so I need to figure that out, how to click on that. I need to make that up. But anyway, go ahead and do that. In Oak Grove Trucking, and my guy Jose Fierro. If you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my boy up. He can definitely take care of you on that. And of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or go into any of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401M in downtown Yukon, so 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right there at Garth Brooks, right in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. And no, Drew, it's not 200 steps from the Waffle House parking lot. I'm missing my guy. Anyway, YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. Hit those guys up. They love to take care of you over there. And, of course, Elm Grove Clothing and my guy Binky Triplet. If you have needs for a suit, don't spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a suit. You can come in, you can pick out your own suit. He's got all these different kinds of materials. You can pick out the one you want. Hit my guy up. He'll take care of you over there. And you're spending, $800,000 for a nice custom suit instead of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for one. Same material, same stuff, same splotches, same ones you get to choose from. Except you're not paying all that money, and the suits are great. Jonathan Binky Triplet, 405-332-8787. Hit my boy up. He'd love to talk to you like that. Anyway, now, NFL yesterday, man. Oh, those Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry, Drew, but we're going to talk about we got to talk about your Cowboys. Sorry, Drew. We got to talk about what happened last night to your Cowboys. Them and the Niners. It's very frustrating for Cowboy fans, I'm sure. But anyway, the Vikings and the Rams. The Vikings are slowly coming back to earth a little bit. Rams took care of business. They're getting healthy. Matt Stafford getting back Nakua. Is getting back Cooper Kupp. So the Rams taking care of business, 30-20 over the Vikings. The Vikings are slowly starting. The more tape they get on you, the harder it is for you to beat people. Packers and Jaguars, what a game that was. Malik Willis couldn't play, save his life at Tennessee Titans. All of a sudden you get to the right team, you get to the Packers. Hey, he's a credible backup. He's doing great things for them. And taking care of Jordan Love's got his back. He's playing great. And he's what people thought he was going to be when he was drafted by Tennessee. But you got to have the right offensive coordinator, the right guy to help him. You got to have the right players around him, but you got to know what you're doing, and you got to have the right offensive coordinator. And, of course, Vrabel is a defensive guy, not an offensive guy. And you could tell that Malik Willis does not even look like the same player that he did when he was there playing for the Titans. He doesn't look like the same guy at all. Cardinals and Dolphins, that man, Kyler Murray, he's so good. He really is so good. I love some Kyler. He's incredible. Great player. Love me some Kyler Murray. He is just absolutely fantastic. They took care of the Dolphins last night. Kyler doing what Kyler does, and those of you who saw him at OU, he's just tremendous. He's little but effective. Then, of course, Jets, Patriots. Patriots took care of business 25-22 over the Jets. Who the hell saw that happening? Who the hell saw that coming? Nobody. Okay? Nobody saw that coming. Patriots, man, Jacoby Brissett. And all it is that you fired the coach that all the defensive players loved. Your defensive coordinator is now your head coach, which means that he doesn't have the same time to do what he was doing before, and it shows. It flat out shows. And their dominating defense is not there. But once again, the owner being the owner, listening to Aaron Rodgers because Aaron didn't like him. He wanted to run a franchise, and there you go. Get the wrong guy running it, that's what happens. Ravens and Browns. The Ravens, once again, not making plays when they counted. And Kyle Hamilton is arguably one of the top 2-3 safeties in the NFL. Dropped it for sure, touchdown or interception that will save the game for the Ravens. Had in his hands and just couldn't hold on. Tired, basically. And when you're tired, you make the little mistakes that you normally would not make normally. And, of course, the quarterback doing what he does, Jameis Winston, got a reprieve. Next play, boom, touchdown, win the game. But that's Jameis. You get a chance to take advantage and you don't, it always costs you. I don't care what sport it is, whether it's basketball. If you're supposed to hit a free throw to win a game and you miss, guess what happens? It comes back. You miss a dunk, they could have won the game, the other team wins. You turn the ball over or do something stupid, give the team another chance. That's what always happens in every sport. Doesn't matter. Baseball, same thing. You just outside on a strike or you drop a foul ball that you should have had on to. Boom. Next play, bam. You look at the Cubbies when they lost the World Series a few years ago. The first time, what was it, 10, 15 years ago. Instead of the fan reaching up, catching the ball, instead of it being an out, next play, boom, Cubs lose. It's just amazing how that works. But the Browns took care of business in that tough AFC North. You're not going to win on the road. It's hard to get a W, and the Ravens now are reeling, but they're still sitting there and they're fine. Eagles and Bengals. The Bengals are struggling. I tell you what, it's going to be a tough thing for the Bengals to get some W's. Eagles took care of business once again, doing what they do. Still not scoring in the first quarter. Touchdown. Haven't scored one yet. It's amazing. You would think that they'd be better than that, but once again, they did not get it done. The Colts at the Texans. Texans got lucky, but at the same time, losing Diggs, losing both of their wide receivers, the Texans may have to really rethink and may have to go get them a wide receiver because that's going to be tough for you to win if you don't have a wide receiver. In this league, you got to have somebody throw it to you. And even though I really, really am a big fan of C.J. Stroud, he's not Mahomes, not yet. He's just not. Then, of course, Titans and the Lions. Jared Goff didn't throw for 100 yards, and they scored 52 points. Yeah, have you heard me? I'll let that sink in for a second. 52 points, your quarterback didn't throw for 100 yards. That is just crazy because everything else was working. Lions, they look really, really good. I mean, they just look really, 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 really good. They really do. I'm just really impressed with them. And tomorrow we will have our power rankings for that. In fact, I got to go back and do my NBA power rankings. I did not do that. My bad. We have to go back and do that when we finish up this break. We'll go back and look at my NFL. I did my first NBA power rankings, so I need to go back and do that. So when we finish this, I'll go back and do that. Excuse me for that. Falcons and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, man, Falcons. Now they've got a 2-game lead over them. Tiebreaker. They've won both games against the Bucs. And what does he have? I think 8 touchdowns he's thrown in 2 games against them. So it's just going to be Kirk Cousins. Has thrown 8 touchdowns against the Buccaneers, 31-26. Baker Mayfield still struggling with some interceptions. He's got to take care of that. So does Mahomes. So does Josh Allen, who finally threw an interception in his deal, which we'll talk about in just a second. Saints, Chargers. Dennis Allen, I don't see how he makes it past the end there. He's gone. Some people are coordinators, some people are coaches. He clearly is a coordinator, not a coach. Clearly. That's evident. So you got to fix that. Chargers, they're looking good right now, and I'll be doing my standings. I've got to get that done and put my standings up. But I tell you what, it's going to be crazy doing all the standings right now for the AFC, NFC. It's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work. I might have to do I'm gonna have to figure out how I did that. I forget exactly how I did it last year, but I've got a way to do it. I've got to break it up and figure it out. But I know I have it. I need to get our standings down. So now that we're 6 games into it, 7 games into it, we can get a good feel for who's doing what, and then go back to my playoff. Who are my playoff predictions? How are my playoff teams looking? Bills 31-10 over the Seahawks. Like I said, Josh Allen finally threw an INT. They look really good. They look really good. Now they got Amari Cooper. It's going to make all the difference. I thought the Chiefs should have got Amari, but I think D-Hop, remember, we all thought D-Hop would be a Kansas City Chief last year or 2 years ago, when he went to the Titans. We thought the Chiefs going to get him, but the price tag was too high. And when you look at it now, they knew they needed to sign Chris Jones. They knew they needed to sign, they had to sign Creed Humphrey. Now they've got to sign Smith. You got to turn around and you've got to sign Bolton. You got to sign, oh God, what's my guy's name? The cornerback. Oh my God, 22. I can't think. I'll think of his name when I'm not trying. So Chiefs got some major people they've got to re-sign coming up on that side of the side of football, because on the other side, do you re-sign? What do you give? As offensively. I mean, Mahomes is signed, Creed Humphrey signed, both your one tackle, Jawan Taylor signed. He had to restructure his contract so you could get the money for extra D-Hop, and then they had somebody else. So we'll see how that works. Bears and Commanders, what a great game that was. Wow, what a great game. Still, Bears not focused. And then once again, why are you trying to give it to your center? I mean, to a guy to run in a big man touchdown. Just give it to you guys, finish the game off. Got cute, got beat. That's what happened. Not focused. Chiefs, Raiders, Chiefs just handled their business. That's what they're doing. Mahomes is, efficient. He had an interception. And I think a lot of it is because he's throwing over the middle. People have got him down now. He's throwing the ball short. And when he's trying to throw it short, that's really giving these guys a chance to get their hands up, because they know he's not going to throw long. And he's going to have to start throwing the ball long. He's just going to have to get rid of some of those tip interceptions that he's throwing. 8 straight games, he's threw a pick. He's got to fix that. And, of course, who am I telling him? He already knows that. Broncos, boy, they're looking good. They're looking good. AFC West, here they come. Here come the Broncos. Here come the Chargers, who we thought were going to be who they were to come after the Chiefs. 28-14, Sean Payton's got them rolling. And then, of course, the Cowboys and the Niners. The Cowboys, that game, that score is not an indication of what the game was. That game was over, okay? And once again, you look at, like I said last night with the Thunder against the Hawks. It says we beat them 24. That game was closer than what the score said. The score is not an indication of how close that game was. It's just not. That game was a lot closer. You look at the Cowboys and 49ers, that game was not as close as it looks. But once again, what does Dak Prescott do? Empty calories when the game's not on the line, because they had a lead 10-6. And they went INT, punt, INT. The first 3 possessions coming out of the third quarter. And the 49ers, touchdown. When the game is on the line, and that's my thing about Dak Prescott, when the game's on the line, he's not making plays when the game's on the line. When the game is stretched out, he's got to throw the ball down the court, throw the ball down the field, and make plays. He's great at that. But when the game is on the line and he needs to make a play, he's not there. He doesn't do it. And you go back and you look at his record against teams who win. Winning record. He's terrible against teams with a winning record. He just is. And he's making $61 million. There's no way in hell I paid him $61 million. Now, of course, you would lose him, and now you can trade him, because I can promise you, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they might get him. The Tennessee Titans, they'll give you the money for him. Definitely the oh God, it's not the Jaguars. Who are they? Tepper owns them. Oh my God, who are they? I'll think of it in a minute. But I'm just saying, you've got teams that will pay you money, okay, for Dak Prescott. And that's the thing about you. Go ahead and sign him. You can get draft picks for Dak or whatever. But to me, $61 million, I ain't paying him that. No way. And like I said many, many times on this show, nobody should make more money than Patrick Mahomes. Nobody. Not one quarterback. Okay? He's got 2 MVPs, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, and 3 victories in 6 years. Been to 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. He got beat by Tom Brady the first time, which, of course, everybody forgets, Tom Brady beat him. Tom Brady threw a pick that, of course, the guy was offsides. Threw a pick, 5-5, offsides, as Travis Kelce said. That was a pick. That was the end of the game. Chiefs would have won, but that's not what happened. Okay? So then he loses to Joe Burrow because he had the worst second half of he has ever had of his career. And part of that had to do with them getting cute at the end of the first half, kick the damn field goal and try to score another touchdown. Got cute. Kick the field goal. So what happened? So, but anyways, nobody should make more money than him. Dak Prescott, I don't see how you can pay the man all that money. He doesn't beat teams. He doesn't have the ability to have big games and big moments. He doesn't. Now, 12-3, 3 years in a row, 100%, 12 games. 3 years in a row. Playoffs, one and done. One and done. One and done. I don't understand it. He's not worth the money. But once again, Jerry, you know that he's not, but you're paying him. Once again, when you get to a certain age, are you really competent to do things? He's the GM. The Jones family runs it. And when you look at family-owned businesses, how many of them are successful? Once the dad is gone. The Yankees, they've won one World Series since George has been gone, which still a one is one. They're back in the World Series again. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the Dodgers are going to beat them, even though, it's 2-0. All the Dodgers did is hold serve. People get all excited. Oh, they just whole serve. We've talked about this many times in different sports. In the NBA best of 7. You win the first 2 games at home, okay. You held serve. But the Yankees, one, you should have kept Garrett Cole in the game. Forget to screw all that analytics BS. As a coach, go with your feel. You have a guy that can't hit, and then as soon as you put him out, you put in your suspect bullpen, and bam, you lose the game, and the Dodgers kicked your ass the second game. But that being said, all the Dodgers did is hold serve. Now you're back in Yankee Stadium, you hold serve. Go back to Chavez Ravine for Game 5. So all you do is you hold and serve. But Dak Prescott on the other side of that, bro, you don't hold serve. You don't take care of business. I mean, I'm sorry, and I like Dak. He is fantastic at the microphone. But after that, yeah, I'm out. So it's just hard for me. Now, let me go ahead and go back. I said that I was going to do my NBA power rankings. Here are my NBA power rankings to start out, okay? Celtics are number 1. Our Thunder are number 2. The Lakers, surprisingly, are 3. The Cavs are 4. The Knicks are 5. The T-Wolves are working it out. They're 6. The Mavs, they scare the hell out of me. They do. I think Drew Henthorne was right. They scare the hell out of me. They're 7. The Suns of Kevin Durant in that group, they're 8. The Clippers, unfortunately, are 9. They're still getting it done with their young group. And, of course, when you have a fantastic coach, that's what matters. Great coaching does that. And then the Nuggets are 10. So that's how, because, everybody talks about the Nuggets being 0 for 2. They're still the Nuggets. They still have the squad. And it's just this is going to be their third game tonight. So I'm not really so worried about, but those are my power rankings for the NBA. Thunder number 2. We're not better than the Celtics. When we play them, that's going to be a hell of a game, okay? But I'm not putting them in front of them, okay? And my NFL power rankings, I got the Chiefs, the Ravens. I'm still putting them in there. The Lions, I'll probably put the Lions in front of the Ravens right now, but I still like the Ravens, even though they lost. It's hard to win in the AFC North. It's hard to win in Cleveland. It's hard to win and to beat Cincinnati and Cincinnati. It's hard to win in Pittsburgh. It's hard to win on the playoffs, just like the Chiefs. They have a hard time beating the Chargers. They have a hard time beating the Raiders. They have a hard time beating the Broncos. When you see a team over and over and over, they know all your strengths, all your weaknesses, all your plays. They know what you are and what you're not. So it's hard. So I still put them in there. Vikings 4 and Packers 5. And I really wanted to wait to do this tomorrow after the game tonight. Bills 6, Seahawks 7, Commanders 8, Niners 9, and the Steelers 10. So I really should have waited for tonight to do that. And, of course, tonight's Monday night game is the Giants at the Steelers tonight, 7:15 on ABC or ESPN. Steelers are minus 6-point favorites, over-under 36.5. So, but I'm going to say this, guys. I'm going to close out, we're going to talk about our Thunder. I love our team. I love the addition of iHeart and Caruso. And I think once iHeart gets back, it's going to change the dynamic of what we're doing. And our coach clearly is trying to figure out play in who's playing what, and what you go back and look at what the successful teams do. Boston didn't change their lineup. They don't change their stuff. Why? Everybody knows the role. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do. I'm playing this. Here's my role to play this, and this. So it rolls. That's what they're doing. But you're splitting up. You're taking SG out instead of letting them play the whole first quarter and third quarter, and bring in the opposing team, the second group, put Jada up on the bench for those 5 minutes, and let the Thunder do what they do. And then bring you back in the last 2 minutes. And don't put the ball in his damn hands. Put it in SGA's hands. It's real simple. Don't change up what's been successful. You're changing up now. Are we better in the fourth quarter? Yes. But it's like last night, you take SG out, he's one assist away from a triple-double, and you take him out the game, and he looked at you like, are you kidding me? And here's the thing, guys. If you're watching them closer behind the bench, you can see how their facial acts, how they react to him. If you get over there, check out how they react to him. It's funny. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to, Sam Preston, all their BS. Go watch for yourself. Get it there close. See how they look at him. See how they react to him. And you'll see what I'm saying. So, hey, everybody have a fantastic. Go out to play some golf today. Golf is almost time. You're not going to be able to play. So go out and play some golf today. Enjoy the time and enjoy what's going on. And that being said, everybody